When you first heard this statement from the Prime Minister, tell us your initial thoughts in a statement.
My first reaction was, obviously, well, that was a dumb answer. And the fact that he repeated the same answer the next day, that became insulting for me. So I think that statement was insensitive, ignorant, bordering on racist in my view, and that's why I had to write that letter, because it provided also an occasion for him for me to remind him that the issues that Indigenous peoples in this country face are not only serious but also very grave, and the fact that sheds for canoes and paddles is his answer, given the fact that this Prime Minister has promised that the most important relationship in this country is going to be with Indigenous peoples. That was crazy.
In your opinion, Mr. Saganash, what do you think Indigenous youth need right now?
I think we've expressed over many years our priorities. A lot of people talk about housing constantly. Youth talk about community centers and sports blocks where they can practice sports, of course. Education, social and health services driven by them, and so on. So I think these are well known. These issues have been neglected for so long. I think I wouldn't even dare today ask what is your priority among those that I just enumerated here, because these issues have been so neglected that you cannot possibly determine one priority over another, because every issue was ignored, every issue was neglected for so many years that we need to tackle these issues, all of them at the same time.
You wrote a letter to Mr. Trudeau. Have you gotten a response back at all? I
didn't get a response to date. I'm hoping he's going to respond, because not only that I tried to ridicule his suggestion that the answer to all our predicaments as youth in Indian country are sheds for canoes and paddles. I think that was absurd to suggest that, but it provided an occasion to remind him, hey, here are the issues. Here are the most important things that you need to concentrate. If you're serious about reconciliation in this country, if he's serious about having this renewed nation-to-nation relationship with our peoples, then he needs to get serious about the issues that we face and the challenges that we face in our communities.
If you could give the Prime Minister a grade on dealing with Aboriginal issues, what would you give him?
C-, definitely. I was listening to the kids on the hill today for the Have a Hard Day on the hill, and at least one out of 3 or 4 of the kids that spoke. These are kids, young kids that spoke on the hill today during that demonstration. Talked about how the Prime Minister lied to Indigenous peoples, how the Prime Minister broke his promises to Indigenous peoples. So when the young kids of this country, both Indigenous and non-Indigenous, are calling you out, it's because you're in trouble now. Mm. And that was amazing to hear. There were powerful young voices on the hill today, and I think they agree with me in saying that this Prime Minister has broken his promises to Indigenous peoples.